on, guys, and we are back with another video. This time we are not working on my brother's car, we're not working on the GTI, we're working back again on the Type R. So if you guys can see, I've had this car for about 2 years. I got spacers on it so the fitment could be a little bit better on the wheels, but the fitment is still not the best. The fitment right here and then also in the front, still too big for my liking. So we got something that's gonna fix it. It's gonna fix it really good, bro, I'm telling you. So before I reveal it, I'm pretty sure you guys know, but is it lowering springs? Is it coilovers? Well, the thing is that I'm broke, right? It's expensive having this car, and it's expensive having this one, and it's expensive having that one. So I got lowering springs. But listen, I had lowering springs on my Mustang. It looked really nice. My brother's got lowering springs on his GR86, and the fitment is, I think the fitment is great. Look, let me show you. Like barely 2 fingers right there. So I'll fix the fitment. After this is done, I do want to get a set of new wheels, bro, because I'm tired of these white wheels. These white wheels are so hard to clean. Like, and they're like legit, bro. I washed these yesterday. And look how dirty they are. So these white wheels are killing me, man. I legit have to wash them like every other day. And you wash them, the next day they're dirty again. And then there's like black stains all over the wheels. I don't know how to take them off. I tried clay barring the thing, but no. So let's go ahead. Let's open the box right here and let's get this thing going. So we got the springs out. So I ended up going with these RSR lowering springs. They're supposed to drop the car about, I think in the back is like, I think it's 1.2 in the back and then an inch in the front. Or was it backwards? I forgot, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. I got these like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. They just been sitting in the back of the garage, but because I've been wrapping the GTI and then I was working on my brother's car for the headers. So I didn't have time. And I work a lot, bro. I work like 50 something hours a week, so I don't have a lot of time. So we're finally gonna go ahead and get these springs done. It's 6 p.m. right now. I think it's like 6:27. So I'm hoping to have this done before 10 p.m. because I do gotta go to work early tomorrow, and I wake up at 4. So gotta get this going. But I am excited though. I'm excited because it's been 2 years. I've been prolonging this for 2 years almost. I'm just happy that I finally pulled the trigger and I did it. I was gonna do a downpipe, but I don't know just yet because I'm kind of scared. I feel like I'm gonna break something. I'm low-key gonna do it too, but not right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these things going. And then also today, I got some new tools. I'm excited to use these. So I got this 3/8 ratchet. And I also got some new, what do you call these again? I forgot. They're not jack stands. I also got a pair of new jack stands, because the other ones I had broke. So I'm gonna get to work real quick. I'm gonna raise the car up. Let me get this out the way. And then hopefully this time I don't have any issues. I don't know if you guys saw the video of when I did the lowering springs on the Mustang. But when I turned the car back on, I had to service suspension light. I had to service this, service that light. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with the Type R. It really shouldn't. At least I don't think it would. But like I said, let's get to work. Let's get this thing going. I'm probably gonna time lapse this whole thing because it's gonna take a lot. And yeah, I'll record again once I have the car up in the air and the wheels off. All right, bye. All right, guys. So now we got all the wheels off. Got this one, that one, the other side off. What I'm gonna do is, now that they're off, because again they get dirty so quick, I'm gonna clean them like really good, and then I'm gonna ceramic coat them, so that way at least the dirt, I hope it won't stick. Oh, shit. At least the dirt won't stick as much as often, you know. But I just saw a video of kind of like, if it's really that hard to take them off, and I heard that the back are really easy to take off, but the fronts is where people struggle a lot. So I'm hoping to have this done by today. By the way I saw things going, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it today, but I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that I do. But essentially what you gotta do is in the front here, so I'm gonna take this whole area and stuff here off. That way I can get access to the rear bolt that's back here. Where is it? I can't even see it. Right here, right there. So take that bolt off, that one. Then we're gonna disconnect the connector, take that off. And then these 3 up here. But the hard thing is supposedly taking the actual strut off the assembly here. They're saying that you're supposed to kind of take this off so that the axle can get more relief, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna get a big ass pry bar and I'm gonna pry this thing until it comes off. So wish me luck. And then on the rear one, this is easy. It's pretty much the same thing as in my brother's GR86. So a couple bolts here, a couple bolts in the back, and then this thing just kind of floats out. So the back should take me not too long. The fronts, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna struggle with. So again, I'm gonna time lapse this again, and then once it's done, I'll grab the camera again. Cause, bro, sometimes working on cars is so fun, but sometimes it's such a pain of stuff. It's really hard to take off. But let's get this thing going. Grab the camera again once we're done. All right, guys, so it's 9:18 p.m. and I was only able to do the front sides. I didn't even touch the rears, but it was so hard. I've done lowering springs before on a couple of cars, but this thing was, I thought it was gonna be way easier than I knew it was gonna be like a little bit hard, but bro, it was, you just couldn't get it. Bro, I'm gonna show you what pry bar I was using. Look at that big ass pry bar I was using. Like, this is my foot. And I'm a size 10. Look how big that is. But I was able to take him out. The only bad thing is that on the driver's side, I popped the axle. So I am hoping that I can put it back together once I put the struts back on there. I don't have a spring compressor tool here, so I'm gonna take them to work and then just get them done over there. But the passenger side, this was so hard to take off, but this one came out to be a little bit better just because I didn't pop the axle on this one. I actually learned from my mistake, and I went to go buy an axle socket. It was a size 36. That was a big ass socket, but I loosened it up. That gave me a little bit of free play on the axle, so that I can lower this a little bit and get the strut out. So yeah, that is the only thing. So I'm just a little bit frustrated. I kind of messed up that side. I just hope that I can pop that axle back into place. It's not leaking, which is good. So I think the seal is fine. I can't really like seal the way in there, so I can't really tell if the seal is like ripped or anything. But yeah, from the looks of it, it's not. So I'm hoping it's not. But yeah, I'll record again tomorrow once I bring the struts on. I already took them to the miler car so I can take them to work. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, so it's the next day. I finally got those lowering springs on the struts, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. I am just hoping that I can pop the axle back on the driver's side without causing any damage to that seal. I should be able to, but I really got my fingers crossed, bro, because I don't want to mess up this car, man. I don't want to mess it up. That's what I get for not doing stuff. That's what I get for not doing it right the first time. I should have just, all I had to do was just go to the store, get a socket that fit the axle nut so I can loosen it up, and that was it. But no. At the end of the day, I still went to go and buy it. I should have just done it from the start. But you know what? You live and you learn, bro. You know, you live and you learn. I still got to do the rears. I haven't done the rears at all, but those should take me like 20 minutes each side. They're not too hard. I'm going to struggle the most on this side and then the other side. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get these on, and then we'll go from there. What time is it? It is 7:10. So I'm hoping to have this done by like 8:30 max so I can go ahead and do the rears too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, time lapse this, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so after After like, what time is it? Let me see what time it is. Hold up. 8:50. So it took me like an hour and something to get these on, but everything is finally on. And I was able to put the axle back in, which was the thing I was the most worried about, but it popped back in and I was like, so that's done. We got this side done. All I'm gonna do is just torque down the axle nut on this side, and then that's it. Then I'm gonna get working on the rears, and I'm gonna time lapse it, because I think this video is gonna be long enough already. So let's get to work again. I want to finish before 10, because again, I haven't eaten nothing since like 12 today, bro. And I gotta go shower, gotta go eat, and I gotta go sleep, because I wake up at 4:30. But all right, I'll see you guys in a little bit again. It's 9:47 p.m. and we're done. We're just gonna torque the wheels real quick. I'm gonna take on a quick spin, because again, since I popped that seal before I take it to work tomorrow, since I drive like an hour away for work, I want to make sure that it's not leaking. I don't want to be in the highway when this thing's just pouring oil from the tranny. So I'm gonna torque those wheels first though, and then I'm gonna take it on a drive. Okay guys, so it's been about a week. I just picked up the car last night from the Honda dealership. Why was I at the Honda dealership? Well, after we did everything that we did, after we finished installing the struts and everything, as you guys know, I did pop an axle when I was doing the lowering springs. So I put it back together. It popped back in. I didn't see anything leaking. I drove the car right after I finished doing the work. I drove it around for a little bit. I didn't see anything leaking. I was checking, because I do know that if I did kind of damage the axle seal, it was going to start leaking tran fluid. But like I said, I didn't see anything. The next morning, I was going to drive the car to work so they can do an alignment on it. And then I started smelling like transmission fluid, and I'm like, oh no, bro. I was so pissed. Point is, I get to the gym like if I'm in the morning, and then I look underneath the car and I see a puddle of oil. I'm like, frick, like, bro, like, I was just pissed. I was like, man, I can't believe I did this shit. Point is, that happened. The car's still in the bumper-to-bumper warranty from Honda. So with that, you get roadside assistance. So I just called a tow truck. The tow truck came. They took the car to Honda. And the good thing is that I did get the work done under warranty, so that they sent me some money. I really thought they were going to say, hey, you know what, we can't do this because it's got lowering springs and all that kind of stuff. The advisor did ask me, though. They were like, he did ask me, like, if this just happened after I did the springs. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to lie, I kind of lied. I told him that I had these springs for about a year now, and I never had any issues until the day before that I started leaking oil for no reason. Obviously, that didn't happen, as you guys know. but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get some free stuff around here. But point is, they fixed it. It took them about 4 days to do it, just because I didn't have the part in stock, so I had to order it. And it was on a Friday, so the car didn't get done until Tuesday, and then we picked it up on Wednesday, which is today. But car is back, car is fixed. And in case you guys don't believe me, I think I have I've got the invoice right here. Let me just cover my name. So as you guys can see, they replaced it under warranty. And it was just the axle seal and then like all the miscellaneous stuff that you need whenever you do that work. I was gonna do it myself, but I was like, man, I don't want to go through all that pain again, bro. So honestly, if they would have said that it wasn't gonna be in the warranty, I would have done it. But since the guy was like, no, it's cool, we're gonna do it in the warranty, I'm like, cool, sounds good, bro. Say less. But let's take a quick look at the car now, so you guys can see now that the whole suspension has been settled now. Bro, it looks way better. Like I didn't know it was gonna look this good, to be honest. And I think I lowered it a little bit too much. I think these springs are a little bit too aggressive on the drop. You're like in the rear, like you can't even fit a finger in it. Like, look. But I have driven it for about a day now. I don't have any rubbing issues in the back. And this is with stock fitment, obviously. Stock wheels. I'm only running some spacers here in the back. I think they're like 20 millimeters, so it's nothing too big. But the fitment is crazy now. Like, it's flush on the side and then not a lot of gap. And then the front, same thing. You can barely fit a finger on this one. Actually, this one, the whole finger fits. And the back, because you can't even stick the whole finger in, like no diddy. Same thing, we got some spacers in the front. But the fitment is pretty clean now. Like, this car is coming out crazy clean. And also, I may or may have not ordered a bigger wing for this thing. Well, I didn't order it, but one of my followers, he was telling me that he's gonna sell his. I met him at a car meet, and it's a pretty cool guy. And the wing he had was, I really liked it. And I asked him about it. He told me he got it from eBay. Was it eBay? He got the actual wing from eBay. But like the mounting, what do you call these? Like the mounting brackets, whatever you call these in the bottom. He got those from Remark. And then they are bigger. Like the wing does look bigger. So we're gonna do that in the next video. Actually, in the video after that, because I do have some new set of wheels also for the GTI. So I gotta install those. And then after that's done, we can do the wing. But point is, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. As far as like how hard it was to do this work, I'm not gonna lie, this has been the hardest job I've done in a car. When I lowered the Mustang last year, it wasn't that hard. This thing was such a pain. Like those front struts were such a pain. And if I am gonna lower the GTI, I was looking at like videos online on like how long it takes to do it. It's like the same thing. So, but at least this time I know not to do what I did, so I don't pop an axle, so we don't have any issues. But bro, that thing looks freaking sexy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. But I think we do need like a better like either a bigger splitter or a bigger front lip for it. Maybe some side skirt extensions and that big wing. It'll look crazy clean. But either way, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.